So I want to talk about a gaming company. Not the one that makes you pay $30 a month for cosmetics and then has the audacity to call it a season pass. Not the one that releases the same game every year, changes the menu screen, and calls it a revolution. I'm talking about a company that looked at a concept of fun and said, no, we're going to make you suffer. We're going to make you cry in your bedroom at 2 a.m. questioning every single decision you ever made in your goddamn life. And you are going to be the most grateful you have ever been. I'm talking about Atlus. What's good, mi gente? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are officially, legally, spiritually crowning Atlus as the greatest gaming company that ever exists on this forsaken earth. If you disagree, that's fine. You're wrong, but that's fine. We can still be friends. I just won't respect you that much. Now, who's Atlus? For the uninitiated, Atlus is a Japanese developer and publisher. Been around since the 80s, quietly doing their thing while everyone else was out there chasing trends and releasing battle passes for horse armor. No massive cinematic universe, no live service, no "we hear your feedback" tweet followed by absolutely nothing changing. Just demons and an ungodly amount of emotional damage delivered directly to your soul at no extra charge. Their two biggest franchises are Shin Megami Tensei and Persona. And before anyone in the comments comes for me, yes, I know they are connected. No, they are not the same thing. One is a ruthless post-apocalyptic demon negotiation simulator where you can literally argue theology with God before punching him right in the face. The other one is that, but with high school students and friendship, and somehow even more depression. Both perfect. Moving on, the personal bit. And this is where it gets real. Here's something I don't really think I've ever actually said out loud. Almost every single time I've picked up an Atlus game, I've been going through it. Like genuinely not okay. Not had a bad week, not okay. More like staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m. wondering if I'm built for this motherfucking world, not okay. The kind of not okay where you don't really want to talk to people, but you also cannot sit in silence because your own brain is too loud. And somehow every single time Atlus was there, which is either beautiful or deeply concerning depending on how you look at it. My therapist would probably say both. There's no therapist. It's just me taking notes in third person. Some people cope with alcohol, some people cope with going to the gym. Me, I boot up a 90-hour JRPG about a teenager who can summon demons from his own psyche and I think, yup, this is the solution. Did I ever consider just like talking to someone? Sure. Did I instead spend 80 hours in Persona 4 Golden crying about a fictional character's trauma instead? Absolutely. Do I have any regrets? Zero. That game probably did more for me than I'd like to admit, and Persona 4 doesn't even have the best characters in the franchise. Hold up, chill. It's just that warm, that human. There's something about Inaba, that small rainy town with nothing going on, that felt more real to me than most things that happen in my actual life. Now, we gotta talk about a magnum opus. And then, all of a sudden, there's Persona 5. I don't even know how to talk about this game, man. Persona 5 is the most stylish thing ever created by human hands. And this is coming from a Kanye West fan. Now, I'm not talking about games. I'm talking about anything. Movies, music, art, architecture. Nothing goes as hard as the Persona 5 UI. Atlus looked at every other game's menu screen and said, cute, and then built something that looks like a fever dream designed by the devil himself and is gorgeous. The way the menus animate, the way the music hits, the all-out attack screen, the way Ryuji says, "That's not good," every single time something bad happens, like, yes bruh, we know, we're right there by your side. Now, I have replayed this game more times than I've done anything productive in my adult life, and I feel no shame about that whatsoever. The story goes hard. You a kid who got falsely accused, put on probation, sent to a new school, treated like a criminal, and instead of just accepting it, you decide to literally steal the corrupted hearts of adults in power. In a society that tells young people to shut the fuck up and fall in line, Persona 5 says, no, rebel. The adults are wrong, the system is rigged, and you're going to dismantle it while looking absolutely incredible and beautiful. I was going through a period where I felt completely powerless, like nothing I did mattered, and the world was just built for other people. And then I played a game where a group of teenagers in Tokyo decided to take on corrupted politicians, abusive teachers, and a literal god, and won with style. I'm not saying Persona 5 saved my life, I'm saying there were nights where I chose to boot it up instead of doing something I would regret, or wouldn't even be able to regret. And I came out the other side, so yeah, shout out to Atlus, I guess. Now we gotta talk about the unhinged older sibling. Shin Megami Tensei is the franchise Atlus fans bring up when they want to sound cool at parties, which is already a very sad sentence, but here we are. SMT5 is stunning. Post-apocalyptic Tokyo, you're merging with a demon, walking through destroyed Shibuya that's halfway between our world and the demon realm. It's bleak and beautiful, and the combat will humble you in ways that feel personal. But Strange Journey, goodness, Strange Journey 2010, Nintendo DS. A game about scientists exploring an anomaly in Antarctica that's literally consuming the planet, and the enemies are manifestations of human sin. And again, this little DS game sits you down and asks, does humanity deserve to survive? Are people actually worth saving? What does it mean to be human if humans keep choosing destruction? On a DS, the game console that gave us Nintendogs, Cooking Mama, and a game where you literally brush a horse in 2010, Atlus said, let's give these people an existential crisis on the go. Portable trauma on your commute, enjoy. The rest of the catalog is also ridiculous. Etrian Odyssey, dungeon crawler where you draw your own map on the touchscreen, no hand holding, no waypoints, the game just throws you into a labyrinth and trusts you to figure it all out, which sounds annoying as fuck but is actually incredible. Nothing hits like exploring a dungeon you map yourself. Ancient Grid Paper energy, I loves it. Unicorn Overlord came out not even that long ago and immediately became a classic. Tactical RPG, beautiful art, genuinely great strategy depth. Atlus just let Vanillaware cook and looked away, and what came out was one of the best strategy games in years. Goddamn, effortless. This is what I mean. Atlus doesn't even have one lane. They have multiple lanes and they are winning in all of them. Most gaming companies exist to sell you a product. Atlus exists to give you an experience. The music, Shoji Meguro, is a legend, and I will be buried with its discography. The storytelling respects your intelligence, the themes, identity, rebellion, what it means to exist in a world that was not built for you. These aren't background decoration, they are the whole point. These games found me when I was low and gave me something to hold on to. Not in a cheesy way, but in a real way. The kind of way where you finish a game and you feel slightly different than when you started. Slightly more okay, slightly more like, alright, maybe tomorrow.